Welcome, one and all, to the grand opening of the Green Scale Tavern.
The only tavern in all of Eldrathil owned and operated by the most talented
And humble,
Dragonborn Bards. I'm Viltru.
And I'm Rogar. If you're having a craving for only the finest ale and even finer stories, then you've come to the right place, friends.
And we've got quite the tale for you. A tale of suspense, action, heroism, and of the last Colossus.
So lend an ear for tales woven by words, thrive longer than those carved in stone.
Our story begins 100 years after the War of the Gods and the banishment of Morrowind in the rolling hills of Zendaril.
3 adventurers, strangers all, soon shall find themselves allied in common cause.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Last Colossus, an actual play Dungeons & Dragons series about a group of heroes who must take on a harrowing quest to prevent the rise of a primordial evil that threatens to plunge the world into another war. My name is Matthew, and if you're a first-time listener, thanks so much for taking a listen. Hope you enjoy this. If you're coming back from Season 1, welcome back. You know who I am. I'm DMing this season. If you have come from our Call of Cthulhu series, you'll kind of see some similarities in the system. But I just wanted to give a quick overview about D&D, just for people who aren't familiar so you're not super confused. The gist is really that each player has a character sheet with skills associated with positive or negative numbers. Whenever I have them make a check or an attack, they'll roll a 20-sided dice, which we call a d20, and they'll add or subtract their skill to the number and hope that they meet the difficulty class that's set. Just generally a higher number is better unless said otherwise, so if we're celebrating, it's probably a good big number. For them, they want me to roll low as like the opponents, but it's pretty straightforward, should make sense as we begin to play. And then my fun fact for this episode is that like 85% of all the music that I listened to while writing the lore doc and this session was composed by Bear McCreary with his God of War and Rings of Power soundtracks, so I can almost guarantee that he will be my top Spotify artist again this year. And double fun fact, last year I tweeted at him to tell him he was my top artist, and he liked my tweet, so I'm basically friends with Bear McCreary.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Jordan. I will be playing Aegin Matthis, half-elf ranger. And my fun fact about them is that they really love to carve wooden ducks, but they're very bad at it.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
That's awesome.
They get a side hustle?
They're really trying to make it a side hustle, but I don't think people want to buy these ones. They just kind of like fall apart, you know? They break a lot.
Oh,
They're bad.
They're bad. They're bad at doing it.
Is it anatomical ducks or is it like rubber duck, shape?
Well, the question is then, do rubber ducks exist in this world? And if no, then definitely rubber ducks.
So you mean you invented rubber ducks, but they're wooden.
I invented the rubber duck, but they're wooden
The
and they're
rubber
bad.
duck shape.
Yeah, the shape of rubber.
Yeah, the shape of rubber duck. And so it's like recognizable as maybe bird.
Maybe
I like
bird.
the idea that you've got like a stall that you set up every now and then, and it's just like a wooden sign and it's painted says bird ? And it's just like an assortment of horribly carved like birds.
It's like questionable if they've ever seen a bird. Like they definitely have, but
hey everybody, I'm Nathan. I'm playing Kalgorath Stone Shield. I'm returning with Noah, as you'll find out in just a minute. And my fun fact about Kalgorath is that he unfortunately subscribed to the whole idea of being a gym bro for a long time. So him and his Goliath brothers, after a hard day's work, would go out and, as a collective group, just, go lift heavy rocks together. It strained his back, and now he's no longer with the clan. So he's kind of just chilled out for a little bit, but...
Bro, that just means his form was bad.
Exactly. He's learning. He's learning. He's got to learn.
He's the smallest of his brothers.
I've been him.
Yeah.
It's something to prove.
Yes. Dude, okay, this is... Oh, man. That's going to be a thing as a short guy, and I'm going to be playing a really tall character.
Oh my gosh, it's new for you. It's new. You always play the short characters.
I always play a short character. I have to roleplay my people, man.
My fun fact is Nathan is short and he's playing a tall character.
And Kalgorath is a Goliath paladin, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Hey everybody, I'm Noah, and for this season, I'm playing Drauger, a reborn Hexblade Warlock. And fun fact about Drauger, sometimes he just kind of stops working.
No.
And will just go completely inert, and kind of has to get, you gotta rustle his jimmies a little bit, and then he comes back.
Give him a little WD-40s like he's the Tin Man from Wizard of
I was
Oz.
literally about to say Tin Man moment.
And this is Chapter 1, Motley Crew. A cool evening breeze brushes past you while you descend a steeply sloped, flower-covered hill in the southern region of Zindaril. The sun is quickly setting, now merely a sliver on the horizon, and the moon has risen to take its place, as Murkar and her pitch-black steed drive the moon upwards into the night sky. After a moment, the hill levels out into a small field before rising into another slope. You clearly see this new hill has a single headstone at the peak. You found your destination. You approach the base of the grave-marked hill, but soon discover that you are not alone. Two silhouettes are descending from nearby hills, walking towards your destination, until the three of you nearly converge. And in the last minutes of the day's light, you get a good look at these strangers.
So Aegin is a half-elf. I mentioned this earlier. I would describe them as the stereotypical tall, dark, and handsome. Long hair, she's got like a deep voice, a rough look about her. I don't know if you all grew up in rural areas or around rural areas, but like there's like an older woman in your community that is like not actually as old as she looks, but she just has this like rough edge around her. And she's got a big backpack, a big bow, heavy boots, and like rough but durable looking clothes. And then she also has like a tiny pair of reading glasses clipped to her chest. She needs them to read.
Maybe she needs them to carve too. Maybe that's her problem.
I think that might be her problem, yeah. She's really, I would say she's like, I don't know, as far as like human age years, like early 30s, really not old at all. Okay. But just like is kind of dirty looking right now. So I'd say a little indescribable in age.
Kalgorath Stoneshield is a Goliath that's very hard to miss. Standing at his full height, he's just under 8 feet tall. His shoulders are broad and his skin is a dull gray-blue, contrasting eyes of yellow gold and hair the color of blackberries. That hair of his is shaved on the sides, and with what remains being pulled back into a lengthy braid that drops behind his shoulders. Upon him he wears heavy chainmail that is partially concealed by a slate-gray cloak wrapped along his shoulders, ending along his back, while his chain leggings are also partly concealed by a clean white tabard that ends at his knees. He wields a large two-handed warhammer, with its head sporting both a flat hammer end and a pick for piercing on the other end. The most notable piece he carries with him, however, is his stone shield. It stands about half his height and just wider than his shoulders. Its edges are rough and uneven, and it was almost like it was ripped and chiseled away without being polished. And upon its insides are various bits of writing in Goliath. So on the inside, like where he puts his hand, like you see a lot of like short, almost like names that, like the length of a name you would think, written in Goliath.
Shadowy smoke emits from the crevices of a moss-covered, rotund suit of armor. The armor has a round helm with a horizontal slit, mitten-like gloves, and a burnished, faded off-white color from years of use or decay. A blade sits plunged into his chest with a symbol of a skull with a gem carved into its forehead on the hilt.
So the three of you have descended from separate slopes of these hills and have now sort of met up in this sort of small field right at the base of another large hill that all of you seem to be making your destination. And, you know, none of you are really expecting to see anybody else out here. You know, regardless of where you had come from, you hadn't really seen a whole lot of people on your travel, just, you know, mostly farmer and folk like that in this evening. But as you get closer and closer to this hill with the gravestone on top, you've seen basically nobody. And now all of a sudden, there are all three of you that have convened at the base of it.
Well, hey, y'all. Fancy meeting a couple strangers here.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I imagine we're all here for the same reason.
Hello. It's nice to meet you both.
Well, what brings you here?
I assume it's for the same reason, and it is to enter this... I don't quite know the name of the tomb. I was just sent here on a mission.
I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, Miriana's tomb? I read that somewhere.
This is the tomb of Miriana. Who sent you on your mission?
You were sent by someone?
Why, yes,
Oh shit, so y'all are like on a quest or something.
you could call it a quest. My apologies. You may refer to me as Drauger.
Drauger. Nice to meet you, Drauger. I'm Aegis.
I am Kalgorath. It is good to meet you both.
Aegis and Kalgorath. Well, we might be friends just yet. Back to the matter at hand. Yes, we shall call him, my patron, the god of the afterlife, Ephirth, has charged me with the destruction of the undead.
Alright.
I won't call it sleep, but my temporary stasis, I was shown the passageway to this tomb, and it must mean one thing, and there is undead.
Oh shit, the book didn't say anything about that. There's like a big rustling of papers as she like pulls a huge book out of her backpack and just like puts her little reading glasses on and starts like rapidly flipping through it. And, like finds a pen somewhere and is like, all right, what makes you say this is gonna be undead in here? Any type of undead? Any specific people? What are we working with?
I must apologize. I don't know. All the knowledge that I contain in this vessel is that there is undead in the tomb.
I guess we'll find out. She's like visibly deflated, like just a little bit.
Well, I at least can back up my sources. The Verndari network has said that there will be cultists in here.
Oh, you're with the Vendari network. I've heard of y'all fellas.
Yes, you will not see the colors. And I like gesture to the cloak and the tabard and whatnot.
I mean, it is mighty dark out. Maybe I was a little distracted by coming across you. Whatever. That's awesome. I mean, I guess we're all here for the same reason. What is our goal getting in this tomb?
I care more about getting rid of the cultists.
Okay. So it sounds like we're all pretty aligned in what we're looking after. Why don't we all just get in there and do business together?
Well, yes. I must offer a word of warning. If we plan on defiling this tomb, I will just say that it will be an issue.
Oh, God, no. Defiling this tomb? This is a piece of ancient history that has been otherwise mostly untouched for God knows how long. I mean, the last 200 years it's been sitting here. Why in the world would I want to defile anything?
'Twas just a warning.
No defiling from my part, unless our other buddy over here's got any nefarious plans.
No defiling from nobody. I do not want to take part in any defilement of anything.
All right, we all gotta stop saying the word defiling. This is getting a little uncomfortable.
Defiling.
All right, let's just get in this fucking tomb.
So you guys start walking over to the tomb, and the first rays of the moon are now starting to spread over the hills. You can kind of see it start to creep from the top of one hill and slowly slide down and get close to you, quickly approaching. You all know from your various reasons that the tomb is opened when the moonbeam hits a stone that's hidden somewhere in the side of the hill. Can everybody give me investigation checks?
I would love to.
Rolls of the game.
That's a 22 that I just rolled.
Ooh. I got a 13.
I got a 12.
Aegin and Cal, you guys are investigating the side of this grassy hill, and almost at the same time, kind of brush away this swath of grass, and there is a stone slab, probably about half a foot by half a foot, and you see that there is a faded rune that's carved onto it.
She immediately gets out this journal and starts like sketching what the rune looks like and what the stone looks like.
Watching her do that, Cal goes up and touches the rune.
You go up to touch the rune and nothing happens. Like, you try to push it in and it feels like there's something just kind of like stopping it from like pushing in.
In the background, you hear Drauger just being like,
Where is this damn tablet? I can't find it.
Oh, Drauger, over here. We found the stone. Is the moon risen yet? Are we in there? First moonbeam.
As Drauger is walking over, the moon beams still spread across the field, and now are getting closer and closer.
We gotta wait till it starts glowing.
The moon touches the rune, and it begins to glow this brilliant white blue, just completely like illuminating you guys in the darkness.
I do not understand. Why did it not work?
It's the magic, man. Just appreciate the moment. Drink it in. Don't drink it in too long, though. We do have to press this within a minute. Somebody gotta go press it now.
He presses it again.
And you press it, and this time it pushes in so effortlessly. This thing's been here for a long time, but it's so smooth going, and that it's almost a little surprising. And you see this large swath of grass along the hill suddenly starts to recede, quickly shrinking back into the dirt as if it's reversing all of its years of growth in just a couple of seconds. And then you see a thick stone slab where the grass used to be. There are these glowing runes that are etched into the perimeter of the stone in an old language. And after a moment, you guys see that the stone slab is descending into the ground, revealing this dark passageway that leads down beneath the hillside.
Is it a language that I recognize?
Why don't you roll me a history check?
I would love to. I would love to do that. Oh, it's a 5.
Yeah, these are not standing out to you. If you've seen this before, it might have been while you were half asleep trying to, translate some stuff, and this did not stick.
I'm really distracted by the glowing runes that I'm frantically trying to sketch down.
While you're sketching in your notebook, Drauger walks up next to you, and he, looks at it contemplatively and just says,
Mirkar's darkness shall light the way every 18 years on the 100th day. It seems we're in the right place.
Just jaw open, just turns to you and goes, "You can read that?"
Well, yes, I can. I can read, most, if not all, writing.
Interested. I feel like you and I are gonna be friends.
I think so too.
Let's, this stone door just opened, right? So let's go on in.
We have no time to waste. Let's go.
All right.
You guys do remember that there isn't a way to open the door again once you're inside. So you need to find a way to keep the door from completely closing again while you're exploring the tomb.
Are there any big rocks or trees around?
Yeah, there's absolutely large rocks and trees and stuff like that around.
I like to think Kalgorath is going into this thing totally just expecting to figure it out as he goes along and does not give a shit.
Okay, so Kalgorath immediately, first one in.
Hey, Cal. Can I call you Cal? I'm going to call you Cal. Actually, could you help me out over here? I'm going to try to move one of these here rocks and maybe wedge it in the door so that we don't get trapped inside. And I could totally move it by myself, but it's just, you're so tall. And you should, yes, thank you.
Cal, give me a strength check with advantage.
Okay, I got an unnatural 20.
Woohoo!
Okay.
And then a nat 20.
Yes!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Big rock.
Aegin goes over to try and help you, and as soon as they go to grab it, you've already picked it up and you've got it over your head. And with your nat 20, you're actually you're bench pressing it as you walk by.
Just like the days with my brothers.
Whenever you have it on the bottom part, I can touch it with my fingertips, and I'm really pretending like I'm helping.
That's awesome.
My gods, Kalgorath, you are strong.
I know.
You would be a great companion in battle.
You as well, I hope.
If neither of y'all were lying about the cults or the undead, I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, I hope to prove myself. Let's just carry on then.
All right, let's carry on.
I'll go first.
Drauger is going to go first. Who's taking up the rear?
That would be me.
You guys descend the stone staircase that leads to this long hall, and it ends at a closed wooden door. You can see that the walls and the ceiling are all made of this smooth stone slabs, and they don't appear to have much deterioration or really any moss growth at all on it. It looks really unworn for some reason.
And the walls are completely smooth.
Correct. Smooth stone slabs.
No need to lollygag, and I'll try to open the door.
You open the door, and it just immediately swings wide open. And much like when Cal tried to push in the thing, it's kind of surprising how easily this thing opens up for as, old as it should be.
Expert craftsmanship.
The stone god would be very proud.
And you enter the first chamber. You estimate it to be about 25 feet by 25 feet, and notice that it's made of pretty similar stone slabs. At each corner of the room, there is a torch that is attached to the wall, but only 2 of them are lit. And on the wall to your right, there is another simple wooden door that leads to another room. Along many of the walls in this room are slumped skeletons of various races, and many of them wear these decaying black robes. Scratch marks line the walls, clearly where these trapped people hope to find a way back out. And for you, Cal, you recognize these black robes as the sign of people in the cult. Some of the arms have embroidered on it like an open maw of a dragon with white thread.
Can I do a perception check to see if these people are actually dead?
Yes, please do. In fact, can all of you guys give me perception checks?
Oh, I can give you a perception check.
16 from me.
2.
I got a 16.
I think I just like walk into the middle of the room and I just like start saying a quick prayer to Ephirth to guide the souls. Ephirth, guide them.
Why don't you give me a religion check?
You got it.
Again, with your perception check, you can tell that these people in these piles are for sure dead. And Cal, as you have rolled your perception check, you hear this faint hissing. Sounds kind of like escaping gas coming from farther down in this tomb, past the door and a little ways past it as well.
Do you guys hear that?
Well, I feel like we gotta try to open this door, and if that door doesn't open, then maybe we light these torches and that does something. Seems like light is playing a factor in this whole thing that Miriana's got going on.
I got a 15 on my religion.
You feel sort of this pull towards one of the piles of corpses, and you hear like a single word in your mind that kind of just like echoes around your brain and in your helmet, and it just says, "Search."
I go to where I'm being compelled and search.
As you're looking, you find in the robes of one of these people 2 health potions, and you also find this faded letter, and immediately you see that it's dated almost 108 years ago.
Oh my.
As soon as that letter comes out, Aegin is just locked in on that letter, and it's just like really trying to like play it cool, but cannot wait for Drauger to read it.
I take the letter, unfold it, and read it aloud.
I think I found it. Hill with the single headstone. Meet an hour before moonrise. Mirkar, guide us.
Can I do a history/religion check and see if I can remember who that is?
I feel like you guys pretty much know the Pantheon.
Hell yeah.
So Mirkar is the goddess of darkness, as in the absence of light, and she's also the goddess of the moon.
Okay.
Not darkness as an evil darkness, just she's the sister of the sun god, so she's the antithesis of that.
I wonder what followers of the goddess of darkness would be doing in a place like this.
It seems like it was constructed with her in mind, like moonbeams letting us in the door, and I wonder if we actually have to turn off all the lights to be able to get through the next one. Have we tried just opening it? Someone will go over. I'm going to go over and jiggle the door handle.
You go over to the doorknob, and it does not move.
I'm blowing out these torches. Let's see if this goddess of darkness can lead us further.
So as you go, you extinguish the 2 torches that are lit, and as you blow out the second one, you hear the faint click of a lock at that door that you tried to go through before.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
As we're like walking to go through the door, I'll hand one of the health potions to Kalgorath.
Thank you, my friend. We will need these.
Yes, I expect to fight side by side with you should it come to blows at any point. We might both need them.
Aegin is writing down in their notebook and just like quietly says aloud, and they're not fighting side by side with me. Duly noted.
And I'll hand you, Aegin, the little letter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This means I will keep this safe. And they like carefully wrap it in some other paper and like tuck it in a sleeve. Like they have like a little folder. For somebody who looks as like beat up and road weary, they certainly take great care with their very few belongings. But their like boots are like beat to shit. They needed to replace their boots like maybe 3 years ago.
So you guys have unlocked the door to the next chamber. Is there anything else you guys want to do in here, or are you traveling into the next room?
Oh.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
So the doorway that you've unlocked by blowing out these torches opens up into a large rectangular chamber. There's this old, dusty smell hanging in the air. The room stretches on for quite some time, and near the end of the chamber there are 2 wooden doors, one that goes west and one that goes north. The stones that make up the floor here seem a little more deteriorated and weathered than those you had seen along the walls in the other rooms. The flickering of a few torches sends this strange shadow across the room, making it almost nauseating to focus with all the flickering lights. You see there are fewer corpses here, but you notice that some of them seem to be a little less deteriorated, even some of them having a few strips of flesh still wrapped around their bones.
Can I do another perception check to see if these motherfuckers are dead?
Yes, please do.
And do these guys have that same insignia of the dragon on them as well?
None of these people seem to have the dragon insignia on them, nor do they have any black robes.
Okay.
That is a 13 from me.
You notice that a few of these guys don't seem like they are fully deceased. In fact, they seem like there is this sort of very light glitter is like on top of their skin and their bones. It's like a little shimmery, but it's completely black. And these ones are the ones that seem to be somewhat alive.
Heads up, you two. We got company in here.
Do they animate?
Why don't you give me a perception check, Drauger?
Okay.
And do yours with advantage.
Thank God. My perception is +0. I got a 19.
It's really, really faint. It's almost like they're playing dead, essentially. But as you've been hunting undead, you've kind of gotten a knack for telling, are these things dead or not? Are they playing pretend? And you see that one of the heads lifts up a little bit to look at you guys. And you can tell that at least 3 of these corpses are for sure reanimated.
Then I'm just going to launch for this skeleton up here. I yell, "To battle!"
All right, everybody roll me initiative.
14.
I got a 5.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't tell me you crit on initiative already.
I shit you not. I have an 18, 19, and 20 for initiative.
Are we getting a surprise round on these guys? Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is a surprise round. It's going to be the skeleton, then the zombies, Drauger, then Kalgorath, then Aegin.
I'm gonna go right next to it.
As you're running, can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
7.
So as you get about halfway there, you feel the ground beneath you shakes a little bit, and the stone that you were running across collapses.
No!
And you fall into a little 3-foot hole. You feel this sharp object snap around your feet, and you get caught in a bear trap around one of your legs. It is a DC 15 strength saving throw to escape. And it's going to do a d4 of piercing damage.
Okay.
That's a 2. So as this bear trap snaps shut around your ankle, you kind of feel something else tug, and you all hear this hissing sound around you. And you see this thick black smoke come pouring out between the slabs of the walls and starts to sort of wrap around some of the other dead bodies on the ground.
The sound I heard.
How many dead bodies are in the room?
So there's the 3 that are animated, and there's 4 or 5 other ones kind of in a pile.
Oh no!
Yeah, no's right. I mean, normally I'd say let's just get the fuck out of here, but your holy mission is to send these undead people back to hell. Those are your words, right?
All you hear from Drauger is,
I will send you all back to hell!
Yeah, alright, we're sending them back to hell. Alright.
it's still my turn, right?
Yep.
It would be my action to break free?
I'm going to let you guys use your bonus actions to break free for these, because I feel like these traps are pretty old. They're kind of deteriorated, so I'm not going to make you do a full action. So any rules lawyers, you can come kiss my butt, dude.
And then, yeah, I'll give it a shot. 11.
You get it about halfway, but it doesn't quite pry out all the way.
God, what are these made of?
I've got a mace and a shield, but I'll kind of gather energy. You see this shadowy black and purple energy pool in his hand. He launches it forward, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the skeleton.
Nice.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Hell yeah. 3 damage.
You send forth this blast of purple-black energy, and it wraps around this thing's body. Electric arcs, like, wrapping around it, and it shudders a little bit. You hear, like, the clanking of its bones, and from its mouth spews out some of this black mist, and you hear almost like this faint hissing coming from its mouth as well, and it looks furious.
Since he's trapped, will it still be my bonus action to get him out?
Yes.
Seeing that Drauger is trapped, Kalgorath is gonna run over to him and try to pull him out of the trap.
Will you also give me a dexterity saving throw?
18.
Another one of these stones beneath you starts to crumble as you run, but you're able to jump over it, and you do not fall down. And you make it over to where Drauger is.
I reach down towards the trap and I'm like, Drauger, we are supposed to fight side by side. You can't get trapped. And I'm gonna try and pull open the bear trap.
Strength saving throw.
14 plus 3, 17.
So you bend down, you've got hands on either side, and you, in just one quick motion, snap it in half so it just completely shatters. Like, all this rust and metal pieces fall to the ground, and Drauger, you are free.
Thank you.
'Twas light work. I'll kind of like, sort of like, push you up out of like where the bear trap was.
His like head falls off, and it like clanks on the ground, and you don't see a head under his helmet. It's just like black wisps of smoke kind of spilling everywhere, and he goes, oh, I need that, and grabs it and places it back on. And you see that Drauger is a animated suit of armor.
Yo, Drauger, what the fuck, dude?
That is very strange. I've never seen an animated suit of armor like you before. I guess I'll go to the one at the southern end of the room. You see, like, with a running start, he takes the hammer over his head and slams down on the top of the zombie. An 11 to hit.
And 11 hits.
Hell yeah.
Let's go! Let's go! I'm gonna roll damage. So I'm one-handing it right now, so it's a d8 plus 3. So I rolled a 3, so 6 damage here. And then I'm gonna Divine Smite his ass.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you expend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher. So we only have 1 level spell slots right now. So audience, don't matter. That doesn't matter. But I'm gonna roll an extra 2d8, and then because he's undead, I roll an extra d8.
Oh, so you get 3d8?
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good heavens.
5, 4, 3.
So 13 more damage?
Nice.
So when he swings the hammer over his head, it just slams down into the chest of this zombie, and there's like a flash of like golden radiance that comes from his hammer for just like a hot second. You have to like look to see it, but if you were looking at him, his eyes would glow like a flash
Awesome.
of a bright gold.
Aegin once again like sneaks out her notebook and is just like traveling with someone who's real strong and kind of cool.
You slam it into this thing's chest, and you see its eyes like kind of glow bright as this like divine energy is coursing through it. It's shaking a little bit. It hates this radiant energy, and it blows forth this cloud of black smoke. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
It's the start. It's the start of the end. I rolled a nat 1.
So you like accidentally breathe in some of this black smoke, and for the next minute, you're gonna have disadvantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. You can repeat this at the end of each of your turns, and you'll end the effect on a successful save.
The black mist is coming out of these guys when we hit them. It's also coming out of the walls. Can you describe to me how it's coming out of the walls? Like, is there like holes in the wall, or like what's going on there?
Yeah, so between kind of like the cracks where each of the stones are placed next to each other, there's like a very small slit that it's like coming out of.
Theoretically, if I were to cast the mending spell on these stones, could I plug up those holes?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay, would that work
Hell yeah.
for the whole wall, or just for like one of the holes?
I would say that you could probably clog up the one that's like directly wrapping around those corpses in the corner and be okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that just right off the bat then.
Hell yeah.
So Aegin, like reaches for her longbow, but then like is seeing how this mist is fucking people up, and so she just like slaps her palm on the wall and just like says a little quick incantation. that sounds maybe a little bit like a country song.
That's awesome.
Okay, awesome, yeah. And that, like, gap between the two stones you see kind of just, like, fuses back together until it almost seems like just one stone slab. And the smoke that was pouring out dissipates. It's no longer wrapping around those corpses, and they, like, seem like they were rising up a little bit and immediately just slump to the ground. And, Drauger, you feel almost like this warmth in your heart when you see these corpses flatten back down, completely dead.
I knew those smooth balls were going to be the key to something.
My shadowy metallic husk feels the warmth.
That was my action casting mending. Could I like roll a perception check or an investigation check on a bonus action to see if I can see any more of these traps?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a 12. I rolled a 12 for perception.
Not quite enough, but...
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'll say you can see the one that's closest to you, just not the other ones around you.
Hey, y'all, watch out for that one. Like 2 steps to your left, Cal.
You got it. Thank you.
This skeleton is going to come over to you, Drauger. It, like, dashes across over to you, and it raises this rusty short sword. That is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
So this thing goes and it swishes right through the mist, like between like your chest armor and your arm armor, like just goes through the mist, and it doesn't do any sort of damage to you, and it like looks up and almost makes this like confused grunting sound as it looks at you, like almost like a dog like cocks his head like, what the hell? Like that should have hit. First zombie is going to attack Cal as you are at him. 14 plus 3, so 17 to hit.
No, he's a zombie. He breaks his arms on my stone shield.
See, like, the fingernails fly off?
Yeah, he rushes forward, and, like, his hand just, like, bends completely backwards as he hits it, and he's, like, just, like, throwing himself against this giant stone shield, and he's not making, like, any progress to fight back against you. This second zombie is going to try to determine if it is going towards Drauger or if it's going towards Cal. So yeah, it comes right between the two of you. It is actually going to make a dexterity saving throw. It just barely succeeds and avoids falling into a trap. And now it's going to roll. Drauger, you'll be evens. Cal, you'll be odds. That is a 17. So Cal, it is going to attack you. This zombie just goes and it's going to hit you with its arms.
Don't tell me.
It's a
bro.
natural 20.
No fucking way.
Brother.
It's too early. That's 2. That's 2.
It starts. It's starting. It's starting.
It does 9 bludgeoning damage as it slams into you.
I'm gonna use my reaction to use Stone's Endurance, which is a Goliath racial thing. So whenever I take damage, I can use my reaction to reduce the damage taken by a d12 plus 2.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 4. I'm gonna take 5 damage.
It goes to hit you, and you can't quite get your shield around in time, but it's like you can see it's going to hit your body, and you just kind of like buff out your chest a little bit, and it like absorbs some of the impact of this like weak slamming fist into you.
You dare touch me? Why are you coming towards me?
You will have it now. I am going to cast Green Flame Blade. So I'm going to strike at the skeleton with my mace, and a like wisp of green flame is going to shoot towards the zombie. I got a 21.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So 7 damage to the skeleton, bludgeoning, and then the zombie is gonna take 3 fire damage. Is the skeleton vulnerable to bludgeoning?
It is vulnerable to bludgeoning, so does it take double damage?
It would take double, yeah.
How would you like this skeleton to be defeated?
I just like backhand with my mace, completely smash its head off, and then the like flick of my mace as it like comes back shoots a wisp of fire behind me at the zombie.
Yes, that's awesome. And this like green like fire like sizzles on its almost completely deteriorated flesh, and it just smells horrible, but you get to see you have taken the life of an undead, pleasing your patron.
Yes.
Cal is just gonna try and finish the zombie off. He's gonna take the pick end of the hammer and whack it towards the zombie.
Sweet. So like pull it out of its chest, and you're gonna like slam it back into him.
Oh yeah. Towards its head this time. A 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
5 damage. Cal takes like the pickaxe end of his warhammer and jams it into the very top part of the skull of the zombie, and just rings it back towards his waist, and it just comes flying right out of the zombie.
First, it just like pulls off like the face and the jaw and stuff, and it splatters on the floor, and then the rest of his body just like weakly slides against the ground, and it falls into one of the pits and gets crunched by the bear trap.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay where I'm at, and that should end my turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull out my longbow and I'm gonna take a shot at this guy. Does 10 hit?
A 10 hits.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Well, that was only 3 damage. It's not a big cool move, but she just pulls the longbow out and she's just like, duck, and then like shoots the bow. And then she's like, oh, that wasn't as cool as I wanted it to be. I better look next time.
You're like aiming for the head, but instead it kind of like just hits the top of the shoulder, and it just kind of like grazes into it and like takes out a chunk of the flesh. It's still cool, but didn't get the head.
Didn't get the head. And she's like, ooh, yeah, I meant to do that.
You weren't wearing your glasses here.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
shit,
You're just gonna put your glasses on.
I think as a bonus action this round, I'm gonna take my glasses out and put them on. Oh my gosh, fuck, I forgot my reading glasses.
This zombie is seeing that it is completely overrun by the 3D right now, and it is going to try and get to a better position. So it is going to try and run, but both Drauger and Cal, you guys are going to get an opportunity attack on as it tries to get a little bit away from you guys.
You want to kill the undead? Kill him!
I got a dirty 20.
Okay,
Let's go!
That's gonna hit.
6 damage.
It's like turns its back to move, and you like slam the mace, and it kind of like sticks into its back. You feel like the crunch of its spine, and like recoils a little bit, and you pull it out and pull out some of its like blood and entrails, kind of like start leaking out this hole in its back.
Ooh. 9.
A 9 is gonna hit.
6 damage. After he just took the head off that thing, he's gonna turn around and do like a 360 and just kind of like go for the back kneecap of the zombie.
Oh, you slam into it, and you yank out its kneecap, and it like kind of limps a little bit. It's gonna now target you, getting away from being pinned between both Kalgorath and Drauger. I'm just gonna try to slam into you, limping weakly, and it got a 5 to hit, so it's gonna miss. You like just hold up your shield and kind of like push him off the knee where it used to be, kind of crumples, and he stumbles a little bit and slams his good knee to the ground and pushes himself up and just...
I got a 13.
That hits.
3 damage.
It like bursts through its stomach, and now where the entrails were kind of like leaning out from behind, they like go back in through its stomach and now burst out the other side, and it like trips on one of its guts, and it's just like standing there, just kind of like shaking its arms like a little wobbly, like, oh god, what did I do? What have I gotten myself into?
I would like to shove him into the trap. So they gotta succeed on a strength save.
He got a natural 1, so don't even worry about what the DC is.
Bro just came at his shield, just got hit by the Eldritch Blast, and he just like nonchalantly just like pushes the shield forward and watches the zombie like stumble back into the pit.
Brutal.
It stumbles back, and you hear it fall and kind of like when it hits the ground, and then just the snapping of the trap as it like gets him in his midsection, and he just like slumps down dead.
Now that we're out of combat, can I roll another investigation/perception to see where the rest of these traps are?
Yes, you absolutely can.
I'll help.
Do any of you need any healing? Did you get hurt at all?
Oh, I'm chilling over here.
Oh, I mean, the bear trap might have dented the old bucket, but I am fine. Here.
And I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself, and I get 5 temporary hit points.
Nice, dude.
Sweet.
And that will be one of my spell slots for the short rest.
Cal just kind of grunts, and then he's gonna just put his hand on his chest, and I'm gonna heal myself for 5 with lay on hands.
Aegin was like about to like be like, "How are you?" All right. It's like everybody's pretty self-sufficient here. That's good group we're rolling with. I got a 16 for that perception check.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna see where the rest of them are. You guys will be able to avoid these and not take any sort of damage.
And you mentioned that these particular dead bodies did not have any like robes and shit on.
Correct. These were just like skeletons and zombies without any clothing. Any clothing they may have had is gone or just like shreds on the ground or where their bodies used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, job well done.
Mm-hmm.
We all did a very good job.
Yes, Aegin, that mending spell. Genius.
Oh, thank you.
Kalgorath, you are a wizard with a divine smite.
I am no wizard. I do not understand. But thank you. I like my warhammer and my shield very much. And Drauger sometimes gives me the power to smite things. It's very good.
And that you do, my boy.
Mm-hmm. That was excellent work. I mean, Drauger, you're just enthusiasm when it comes to slaying the undead is actually kind of commendable. Anybody that's got a passion in life, it doesn't matter what that passion is, it's just so inspiring to be around.
Yes, I have been described as a little foolhardy, and sometimes others just call me a fool.
That's a little rude.
Yes, it is. But you know, there is nothing like a good battle cry to, get the... Well, I have no blood, but if I did, it would be
spirit?
pumping.
Get the spirit moving?
Sure.
I cannot believe people call you fool. You do not look like fool. Fools have funny jingle hat on. You do not look like fool.
It's the fallacy of like the cool. It's everybody thinks it's really cool, quote unquote, to not be passionate about things. They're like, oh, if you're too invested, then you're.
I am sorry, I do not
you're
understand.
A fool. Hey, that's.
I just do not understand.
Man,
I'm having
that's
trouble
right.
as well.
And I've been told that sometimes people have trouble keeping up with what I'm saying or that I'm talking a lot of horse shit. But I don't know. I like to think that I'm well read.
I would agree. In the little that I've known you, you seem to also have a passion for reading.
Thank you so much. Aegin immediately turns around and is busying himself with their pack. Just they're like, I can't connect by these people.
Is there any dragon cult here?
There is
In
not
this room?
any dragon cult in this room.
Okay.
So you have these 3 bodies that you've slain now. There's a group, about 4 or 5 of these bodies that were almost revived by this black mist that Aegin prevented. And then there's a door that leads north and a door that leads west.
I'm gonna check both of the doors, see if it opens.
Yeah, both of the doors open just like normal. Just like the first door you had gotten into that first chamber, it opens smoothly.
Can I take a peek into the door to the west? And by peek, I mean just walk in.
Oh, I was hoping to peek through the northern door.
Drauger, when you look through the west door, you see that there is a decently long hallway, and then there's no door, but another chamber after this hallway. You can see that it opens up into a large chamber. And on the ground, basically right at the threshold of the hallway into the chamber, you see that there is some corpse that is laying on top of what seems to be just kind of like a very obviously raised pressure plate. And then for you, Aegin, there is a decently long hallway that there's just a very straight hallway that makes a left turn about 20-25 feet down.
Okay. I feel like we should go through the west door first and check out that chamber, and then we can come back for the hallway, double back.
Let us go.
Let's check it out. As soon as we get in the room with the corpse and the pressure plate, I'd like to, once again, make a perception check for any other pressure plate trap situations.
Sure, absolutely.
Ooh, not as good this time. That's just a 10.
So you do not see any other pressure plates aside from the one that the corpse is laying on, right at the threshold.
Okay.
And Drauger, I will just tell you, you can tell that this body of the corpse that is on the pressure plate, you see it shift a little bit. This thing is alive.
Oh, okay. So we need to not let him get on the pressure plate.
Got it. Are there... I know Aegin was looking for traps on the ground, but are there any noticeable cracks on the wall again?
Why don't you give me a perception check? Or actually, why don't you do investigation?
Come on, investigation.
Damn it, Matthew.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. I still rolled well. 17.
Yeah, you see not where you are right now, but you can see that kind of like across the room there are some cracks in the wall as well, like you had seen in the previous room.
I'll point that out to all.
I'll get my mending song on the ready. Shall we find out what's on the other end of this chamber?
We might as well.
I suppose. So the guy is undead, right? He's
Correct.
in this chamber?
So the pressure plate is right in the threshold. He is laying between the wall and the pressure plate. The pressure plate is raised.
Well, one way forward. Aegin's gonna pull out her bow and just shoot the guy in the chest.
Yeah, why don't you give me to hit?
Since he's prone, if you're shooting a ranged attack, it's disadvantage.
Well, the lower one's a 23, so...
So with your disadvantage and your 23, you're going to hit this skeleton. How much damage did you do with it?
Once again, not a lot, just 3.
We're all just gonna attack this guy?
I think we should.
Yeah, this is kind of like a surprise when you all get to attack before he, presses the plate.
22 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
7 damage.
You slam this thing and like part of its bones on its legs scatter a little bit, but it is like still holding on to reborn life.
I rolled it. Well, it's a 21 to hit. 16 plus 5. And that is 7 damage.
You slam it with the flat part and just like shatter it. All the bones like spread down the hallway and into the chamber. And he does not press on the pressure plate, and he is dead.
Shall we jump on over this pressure plate?
Yes.
So you guys walk around this raised pressure plate and into this other room. You see that there are those cracks in the wall. You see that there are a couple of dead creatures along the walls. Only probably 3 of them have these robes, the black robes with the white emblem of the dragon on it. All of the other ones are at this point basically just skeletons with little more than scraps of clothing attached to them still.
Well, fun fact, y'all, these bodies had to have been down here at least 50 years for the clothing to deteriorate like that.
I am confused as to why there are no living dragon cult here, but I do not understand this. And he'll go over to one of the bodies that has the dragon symbol on it. Do they have anything on them?
So you find in the pocket of one of them 6 pieces of silver and this scroll that's tied together with a blue ribbon.
Immediately, there's another piece of paper out, and Aegin is just once again trying to be chill about it, but they're staring very hard at the scroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it and see what's in this scroll.
And as you unroll this parchment, the inside has this kind of golden glow to it. You see these runes sort of flowing around, and it is a spell scroll with the spell Bane in it.
Ooh,
Dude.
cool. I do not understand this. Someone else take this.
I'll take that off your hands if you don't want it.
You are the reader. You take
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Tell me what it says later.
Yeah, absolutely, I will. Thank you so much.
Kalgorath, you are interested in these cultists, correct?
Yes, the dragon cult.
You have questions for them?
Well, of course.
Okay, well, we'll just ask them then.
What? They are dead.
And I'm going to cast my pious Speak with Dead. These ancient runes sort of start wrapping around up his arm. The symbol of Ephirth kind of blows above his head, and he just says,
I command thee, speak.
And that corpse that you had removed the silver and the scroll from starts to lift up around its head. These glowing runes that match the one on Drauger's arm start to kind of glow and spin around, like Doctor Strange casting the spell in No Way Home. And the symbol of Ephirth that's over Drauger's head starts to kind of appear on the forehead of the skeleton, and it sits up and it looks at you and just says,
What do you wish to know?
we can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. It knows only what it knew in life. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer.
you're hostile to it, or it recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only animating its spirit, thus the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events. And I'll turn to you, Kalgorath, and I'll say,
Well,
I wish to know why they came here.
why did your cult come to this place?
We seek treasure.
What treasure?
Giant treasure. Buried long time.
I feel like a good question to be asked them how their entire cult ended up dying here.
How did you die here?
Many foe. From ground. Dead. Slaughter from black mist.
I feel like another good question, I don't know if this would... I mean, Aegin probably knows a little bit about the Dragon Cult, but not a lot. But I feel like a good question could be something along the lines of stuff asking about the cult itself. It's like, where was your base of operations? Who brought you back?
Where was your base of operations?
Why don't you roll a persuasion check?
A 10? Where was your base of operations?
Dal Galdor.
write that down. And put
Down
parentheses, lie, question mark, close parentheses.
Yeah.
You have one more question.
Where are you now?
I am with the Eternal Lord of Infernum. Yildvacht. My soul is his.
The skeleton just slumps back down, and those runes that were encircling his head sort of just start to dissipate, and they like travel back over to your arm and wrap around it and dissipate as you finish casting the spell.
Can you just say that name one more time for me?
He is with the Lord of Infernum, Ildvacht. You guys know that Ildvacht is the ruler of Infernum. He is like the king of the tieflings, of the infernal creatures, essentially the king of hell.
Well, I hope that was eye-opening for either of you.
Well, it was certainly something I've never seen before. That was a... Whew, alright. Well...
That was creepy.
I don't think I will be able to do that again, for the rest of today. I apologize.
Whew, for a second I thought you meant like for the rest of forever, and I was just like, damn, I should have asked some better questions.
No, it is a gift bestowed upon me by Ephirth, and I've elected to use it to hopefully further your means. Now, let us continue.
Yeah, see if this connects to that hallway we saw.
You just go through the northern door. There is a small hallway that goes straight towards another door in another chamber, you can presume. And then there is a hallway that goes far to the right, which you can assume is what connects back to the hallway that you had seen before.
That north door.
Yes.
Carry on to the north, then?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
And this fourth chamber is large, but it feels really cramped. On the ground in front of you is a pile of about 100 severed, decaying hands of all sorts of races. Along the left wall are these shelves of silver rings without any gems, rusted blades, and unfinished necklaces. The right wall has tools and furnishings you'd expect to see in a small smith's forge. And the far wall has a makeshift bed with rusted chains wrapped around the posts and around the legs of a skeleton who seems a little less than dead. Its head turns slightly towards you. The mouth opens as though to speak, but nothing more than a plume of dust comes out.
Oh, that's creepy.
Everybody give me a perception check.
I got a 15.
I got an 8.
12.
Aegin, you see that very, very finely along the ground there is this mist, black mist, that seems like it's almost completely dissipated, but is still hanging in the room, and it is near the skeleton in the back, bound to the bed, and sort of hovering around this giant horde of hands. With your 15, you even see like some of the hands, like the fingers just twitch ever so slightly, and like almost discernibly like shift around a little bit in this massive pile.
So we got probably a shambling horde. That's what we got going on.
Kalgorath, when he like kind of sees all of this stuff, he's gonna cast a divine sense. He kind of just like holds his shield up and kind of just like takes his fingers and rubs them across the names on the back of the shield, and it lets me sense if there's like, obviously there are undead as a player, but within 60 feet of me, if they're not behind any cover, I can see them.
You get the sense that there is like this pile in front of you is undead. Almost like if you were like looking through like heat vision, this is a big old pile of red, and then there's a smaller little blurb behind them.
On the bed?
Chained to the bed on the ground.
Got it.
I want to ask this guy why he's all tied up.
Wait, so this hand thing in the middle of the room is its own thing, and
Correct.
then the skeleton tied up, that's also undead, is on the bed.
Yes.
You see Kalgorath like do the whole hand thing with the shield, and his eyes like kind of like almost light up the room a little bit. They glow a little gold again, and he's like the hands and the skeleton, they are undead.
Do they look in any way like connected to each other?
Yeah, I'm also interested in why this guy's chained to the bed. Can I do any sort of like history, insight, anything?
Why don't you give me an insight check?
17.
With your insight check, Drauger, you can tell that these two things are not connected. In fact, it almost seems like this pile of hands is almost like guarding the skeleton, almost in a way that like a dragon defends a tower of a captured princess.
And I got a 17 on this guy being tied up.
With your successful perception check and your insight check combined, you can see that on the hand of this skeleton, there are 3 silver rings with these shining blue gems in them. And you get the feeling that this is Miriana.
Nah.
I don't feel like we need to like dispel Miriana unless she like fights us. But my instinct is not to just like come out and swing in here.
Yeah.
I think Aegin is gonna call out. Is gonna be like, Miriana?
This skeleton's head just sort of like slowly turns and flops and looks at you. It slowly bends forward, then bends back, bends forward, bends back, like it's trying to nod yes to you.
Damn, all right. How did you... Wow, now, yes or no questions. Did you choose to stay here?
She turns her head left, then right, shaking her head no at you. And then she weakly holds up this pointed finger and points sort of where the baseboard of this bed is.
I want to free her from those chains, if possible.
You have this giant horde of hands in front of you, and you've got the feeling that they are going to attack anybody that is going to try to get near her.
Parker holds up his mace.
To arms, my friends.
And battle.
Everybody roll me initiative.
Dirty 20.
Kalgorath, you got a 4.
Yep.
I got a 16.
So as you raise your mace, Drauger, you see this swarm of limbs. They all skitter, like they're gonna like almost like looking at you, like they know you're about to attack, and they start to squirm to life, getting bigger and becoming active like spiders' nest that has been disturbed. They fuse together with their broken bones and this thick congealed blood, and they assemble, becoming this thrashing arm pile poised to strike. And though you don't have any mouth, you can hear this thick, wet groaning just like kind of emitting from the center of this thing.
I'm going to bonus action bestow my Hexblade Curse. So that means I get a +2 bonus to damage rolls, can score a crit on a roll of 19 or 20, and I regain 5 HP if it dies. This spectral archway just like shines and appears behind it, and this skeletal hand, like it kind of looks like it's almost made of wood, reaches through and just like grasps it, and then as it grasps it, it like phases through and kind of wisps away. So I'm gonna go after it with my mace. I rolled a 17 plus 5 is 22.
That's gonna hit.
It'll be a d6 plus 5. 10 damage. I come in with the mace and just like smash a like kind of vital bend in one of the arms.
Yeah, it just like flies off, like a whole like slew of these arms like fly off, and they kind of like flop on the ground like a spider that's been squashed, and they just like limply like just die. The other hands like kind of like huddle together, trying to fuse back together with the broken bones and the blood, and they're trying to kind of like condense themselves a little more, get back into like that pack mentality.
Can I just 360 around it to the like other side?
You absolutely can.
I'm just trying to like kind of get some distance from it. If I can get over maybe to the left, like where the shelves are.
Yeah, so you run over to like these shelves of rusty swords and stuff.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this bad boy. You choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And you have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or survival checks you make to find it. If your target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature.
Cool, that sounds great. And what does it look like when you cast this?
I think it's pretty simple. I think she just looks and just points and it's just like, you. It's that real intense, like, oh, you fucked up kind of voice. I don't think it's even like anything visually. I just think that there's just like me and the creature, we know.
Less spell and more killing intent.
Yeah, less spell and more killing intent. More like grit and gumption. I'm going to use my action to hit it with my longbow. Well, I didn't, because that was a natural 1.
It happens.
So you like go to pull the string back, and you just yank it a little too hard, and you hit your arm against the shelves behind you. Some of the swords kind of like cling and clatter to the ground, and it like turns its attention to you as it like hears this huge, loud commotion.
Hell yeah.
I think Aegin is used to like fighting outside, hunting in the woods, and so they're just like, oh, get behind me, god damn it.
All right, Aegin, so as you're making this commotion, you're kind of like getting your bearings, you see this swarm of hands like skittering across the ground. It's like Thing from Addams Family, but all the hands are just like skittering across the ground towards you, leaving this like wet trail of blood on the ground, and it is going to try and attack you.
Yikes.
As a multi-attack, so it's going to first hit you with this undead mass slamming into you. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a 21 to hit.
Well, that does hit, in fact.
It does 5 bludgeoning damage as this mass just kind of like flops onto you and like slams into you a little bit, like pushing you against the sword wall again. And then it's going to try and take its multitude of hands and grab around you and grasp you.
Oy, oy.
14 to hit.
That is my armor class.
As these hands grab around you, they start to kind of like grab your ankles and sort of like crawl up a little bit and hug onto you and like overtake you. It is 5 necrotic damage. And can you give me a strength saving throw?
I certainly can. That would be a 16.
They like are about to wrap around you, and you sort of like just flex out your body, like push everything a little bit farther away from yourself, and they unlatch from you, hit the ground, scurry back just a little bit. Like if they had a face, they'd be like looking up at you. So you are not grappled.
That's so awesome.
Kaldor is gonna see these hands come after Aegin, and bro ain't having any of it. And he's gonna come down with his hammer, and he's gonna hit it for 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
I'm gonna roll my base damage, and I'm gonna Divine Smite on his ass too.
Your eyes start to do this like golden glow, and it kind of like goes through your veins into the base of your weapon and crawl up it like lightning.
Oh yeah, you can see even in the shield too a little bit, like the cracks with the stone and everything, kind of gold.
That's cool.
With gold. I kind of imagine too, like when he hits something, it's almost like, you know, like the Elden Ring, like whatever the hammer dude is at the end of the game, where he like hits, and it's a flash of gold. It's like that.
That is exactly what I was imagining too.
So for just my basic weapon attack, I rolled a total of 8. So there's that, and then I get to roll an extra d8. Let me read this again.
3d8s.
Yes. So 3 d8s. So another 8. What the hell? Another 8.
Okay. We're at 24.
And a 3.
As you slam down into it, it just explodes in this just like mass of hands just fly all over the place, like slapping the walls and the ground, like flopping all over the place, just like imbued with this golden energy from your weapon, and they all just kind of like sizzle, almost like a vampire in the sun. Like they start to sizzle, and they just die as you dealt more than its base health in one attack. And this thing is dead.
I as he's slamming his hammer down on this, he's like, I did not say you could touch the lady!
And they said that chivalry is dead. Alright, so you guys are in this chamber, the enemy is dealt with, and now the skeletal remains of Miriana are still chained by the bed.
Oh, I have to say I did not like that one bit. And there seems to be one more undead.
Now hold on a second. I know your whole deal with the undead, and I won't begrudge a man his passions. I won't begrudge anybody their passions. And I know you got a passion for sending the undead back to hell. Now, just give me... Oh, and then Aegin just tangles himself with the swords that have fallen everywhere, the mess that they've made, and they crack their back to just kind of shake off the undead arms. That was some unpleasant business, but and also thank you, Cal. I'll appreciate the chivalry, though. I must let you know that I am not some damsel in distress over here. Though I do appreciate the assist. So, all things considered.
It is fine. We are working together.
We are working together. And if I don't have to take damage, I'd appreciate it. But I'm doing all right. And there's just blood pouring down the back of their neck or something from where they got cut by one of the swords falling off of the wall.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I do not know what damsel in distress means.
Good for you, buddy. Anyways, I would like to unchain the woman.
As you're walking over there to unchain her, she again lifts up this weak skeletal hand and just with a single finger points towards the footboard.
I'm gonna take a look at the footboard.
You can see that wedged between the footboard and the mattress, which is essentially just a bunch of straw stuffed into a big white sheet. It looks very uncomfortable. There is this battered, folded up piece of paper.
I'm gonna very delicately pull the paper out and unfold it, see if I can't read it.
It looks really similar to what Cal had pulled out earlier, and when you unfold it, it's got this gold shimmer to it, these runes that kind of move around, and it's a scroll of Speak with Dead. And she points to it, and then points to you, and then weakly tries to point towards herself.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast that spell. I think she puts her hand on the piece of paper and is channeling the spell, and I think that the gold runes from the piece of paper kind of just disperse out into the room and kind of with her voice magnified as she speaks the vocal components of the spell.
You almost hear this breath return to her. She finally inhales. And even though, she doesn't have any skin or tendons or anything to make a smile, you kind of get this sense that there's some relief here. There's a little bit of a smile that would be on her face.
Aegin's gonna look at Miriana just with this sense of wonder. There's so many things that Aegin wants to ask that they're just they don't know where to start. They're oh, Miss Miriana, you're just... Okay, so...
Why were you imprisoned here?
I was ambushed by goblins, hobgoblins, and orcs. They set me up. They had discovered writings in the Canard that told of this place, and they drew me here. They enslaved me, told me that I would make weapons and jewelry for them. They would take 1 year off my sentence for every 1,000 pieces of gold they made.
Did they have you making anything magical, special magical, or just jewelry to sell?
Yes, they had me make magical weapons, magical items for them. But I did everything that I could to dull the power, so whether they tried to sell it or use it themselves, it would not be nearly as useful. The other things that I did imbue with magic,
and she holds up her hand that has those 3 rings on it,
I kept for myself secretly.
What do they do?
Protection. I knew that my enslavers were violent, dangerous individuals, so I made these rings to help protect me.
And she lifts that hand up, like palm outstretched towards you guys.
I do not need it anymore. Please, take them. Use them in your journeys.
We appreciate your generosity, Miriana. You've been through a lot. Is there anything you would like us to do for you?
I want to die. I've been here for so long. My spirit hovering above my body. I don't know why the Ondavar have not come to devour me or to take me to Infernum. For some reason, I've stayed here over my body since I died. And I am ready to be free, even if it means I never see the archway.
Do you know whose grave we're underneath right now? The grave on top of the hill that marks the entrance to their tomb.
My husband was buried there. It's how I found out about this place.
And she, from like, kind of this like cloth that's wrapped around her waist that would be like, you know, where she had pants and pockets and stuff, she pulls out from the waistband like this little rock that she's carved, and it's got like a very distinct carving of like an elven man's face, and she just kind of like holds it up.
When I discovered this place, when I found out that the writings were real, and he passed, I had him buried there, because he told me that he did not want to go to the archway if we couldn't go together. So I buried him in the place that I knew would be my biggest expedition. I never imagined that we would both end up prisoners of the hill.
As she says that, she kind of just like slumps back very clearly, like, you know, you're at the end of your questions, the spell is ending, and she looks just like at you and just says,
"Please, I'm ready to die."
Well, Mariana, I wish we could have done something more, but we'll do right by you now. Drauger, I know you're the one with the passion for killing the undead.
I kind of stow like my weapons, and I'll hold out both of my hands and kind of do like up and then down to be like my own archway, and say a prayer to Ephrath to obliterate both her soul and her husband's soul.
Why don't you do me a religion check with advantage?
I think while Drauger is doing that, I think Aegin's going to start humming a funeral song. Just something mournful.
22.
You feel that he has done what you asked to do, and both the soul of Miriana and her husband are obliterated. As you do this and her body kind of like convulses and falls, you hear this metal clattering come basically like from beneath her.
I walk over and I pick up the rings.
When you pick up the rings, you see that there's something kind of underneath that cloth around her waist. It's shiny like these rings, and it really stands out.
Yeah, I uncover that as well.
There is a just like beautiful silver dagger with these gems in the handle. Why don't you give me an Arcana check?
I would love to.
You get a magic vibe from it.
Except for no, it's not, because I got a natural one. I'm a little bit too caught up. There's a few too many tears in my eyes from losing this, like, huge historical figure.
16.
I got a 15.
So you guys both understand what this is. You kind of just get the, like, aura, the vibe from it. It is a Dagger of Returning. So this Dagger of Returning has a +1 to hit, and on damage rolls, regardless of whether you hit or not, you can use your bonus action to utter a command word and have the dagger immediately return to your hands. So if you throw it, then you can use your bonus action to immediately get it back.
That's awesome.
Cool. Who wants it?
I kind of want it, to be honest.
Take it then.
I feel like it's a good ranger weapon.
It feels like a good range weapon. There's also a thing I can do with rangers where you get a bonus if you use thrown weapons.
Fighting style.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fighting style, which could be fun. So I'm assuming you would like explain to Aegin what this dagger is. They're like,
Yeah.
there's tears streaming down their face, but they're very stone faced about it. So they're acting like they're not crying, because if they act like they're not crying, nobody's gonna know that they're crying, even though there's like absolute like wanderers happening.
For sure.
It is magical dagger.
Mm.
You throw, it come back.
All right, man. I'm not a child, but I appreciate you letting me know what this thing
It is
does,
pretty
because I
dagger.
actually did need that explanation, and that's on me for getting defensive about it. So,
I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry.
I-
I'm sorry. I'm the one who's being touchy tonight. Thanks for this dagger. It's really cool. I will cherish it. It's crazy to be holding a piece of history like this in my hands.
It is very, very cool dagger. I do ask that you teach me things about the world as we go along.
Yeah, man. I'd love
Do
to.
not understand.
You seem like a very well-meaning individual. I'd love to help you out. And if any of my turns of phrases aren't making any hide nor hail to you, so just let me know.
When I, did my religion check and everything, did it feel like my job was done at this place?
Dude, I'm so glad you asked, because that was exactly what I was about to bring up next. You can't help but feel like there's this lingering sense that your job is not fully done here. And you got an 18 on your religion check, right?
22.
You got a 22? Oh, low. Why did I think 18? Yeah, you rolled really well. You feel Earth kind of like pull you towards that hallway that you guys didn't go down before.
During that whole, you guys talking about the dagger and everything, Drauger was having a, moment where he just, wasn't moving. Almost like he looked like just a suit of armor on a stand. And he, kind of jolts and then turns to both of you and says,
It appears my job is not fully complete. My only purpose is to destroy the undead, and it has not been completed. I would invite both of you to accompany me.
Yeah, I'd love to accompany you, help you on that journey. And I think we should return to that only purpose thing. I feel like it's a really bad way of viewing yourself and your place in the world. But, as in now, I think I'd love to help you kill some undead.
And Drauger will go back to that hallway we didn't go down.
So you guys go down to the hallway you haven't been to before. Everybody give me an investigation check, and Drauger, you'll do yours with advantage, since you kind of got that ESPN connection from Earth.
I just got a not natural 20.
I just got a not natural 1.
+1, I got a 19.
Drauger and Aegin, you guys both see that along this wall, it is once again made by individual stone slabs, and one of the stones doesn't have any mortar around it. It seems like it almost is just kind of like resting there. You pull the stone out, and it's like hollowed out on the inside, so that way when you look where you pull the stone out, there's this small lever that is flipped upwards in the wall.
Yeah, crank that bad boy.
Crank that soldier boy.
As you flip it down, the stones next to you start to slide down into the ground, and there's another chamber beyond this stone door. And you can see that it's dark and it's rectangular and it's spacious, honestly. Like, there's not much to see in there except for these metal pipes that line the walls and go in some different directions. And they all converge in the center of the room at this large glass chamber. There's this dim purple light hovering in the center of it, and it's surrounded by thick black smoke, the same smoke that you guys have been seeing throughout this dungeon.
I'm gonna smash that dome.
Before you do,
Oh, sorry.
I
You
would-
first, Drauger.
I would recommend both of you. I have no use for breath, so
Oh, right. She's gonna dig a handkerchief out and tie it around her nose.
yes, I would say take a wide berth, and I will smash this thing.
You know what? You're so smart. Let's do that.
And as you smash it, the glass shatters, and this smoke that encircles this purple light starts to bounce all around the room. You hear this almost high-pitched screaming, like a giant balloon that's deflating over time, and it flies around and then it hovers in your face for a minute, and you see this flash of purple, and it explodes and shakes all of the pipes, shakes this room, and then as it settles down, the room is just like pitch black, and now you feel that like sense of security that you have after many missions with the Firth of, I finished my task here.
Well,
Hell yeah.
job well done, everyone.
Job well done. Time to get out of here, back the way we came, beat some beat.
Certainly.
I could take a good dip in the stream right now, or just like lay on a hill, or I don't know, just chill.
I could potentially take 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, 30 minutes to an hour sounds about right to me too.
I could really go for a long rest right now.
Oh, you're looking for like a full 4 to 8, huh?
Or a short one, it does not matter.
No, we can hang out. We can hang out for another 4 to 8. Yeah.
We can hang out.
What? I do not understand what the hangout means.
Oh, the hangout. Sorry, the hangout means we're spending time together. I don't really know where it came from. I should probably start looking up the origins of these words that I'm saying. It's good to know, be precise with your language. But hanging out just means that we're going to spend time together. Like, we're hanging outside. Hanging being, like, the activity. Out being, like, the place.
Hanging being activity. Oh, no.
But it's not hanging as in, like, literal hanging. It's, like, hanging as in, like...
Drauger's gonna interrupt.
It's just like...
and say... I have just met both of you, but I mean to say, we make a good team. Our goals seem to be aligned, at least the same direction, in various ways, and, well, I mean to say that maybe we can continue to travel together.
We can continue hanging out?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I compare myself. I'd love that. I think that'd be great. I think our goals align a lot. I'd love to keep picking your brain about some of that ancient knowledge you got swimming around in there.
I would like to continue trying the hangout with you. It sounds very fun and like a good time.
I'm so pleased to hear it. You know, I think this might just be the start of something real cool.
You guys gather the dagger and the 3 rings and head out towards where you would come from, returning the same way, and eventually you make it back out, and you return back through the door that you had kept open with the giant stone, and the moon hangs high in the sky now. It shines brightly upon the hills with the grass and the flowers that rise around you like waves. This gentle evening breeze continues to wash over you, and it feels really rejuvenating. You feel reborn. Even though you were only down in this tomb for a short amount of time, there was something sinister with the undead and the smoke that being up here again, it almost breathes a new life into you. You feel like you found a new sense of purpose, and it's begun to well inside of you, inspiring you for whatever may be waiting ahead along your path. And now you're not just soul travelers, but part of something bigger. And you all know that this is merely a step towards what lies in your future. And the future of Eldrathil. Thank you everybody for joining us for the first episode of our second season, Motley Crew. As always, I'm Matthew and I've been the DM.
I'm Jordan, I played Aegis, and I love hanging out.
I'm Nathan, I played Kalgorath Stone Shield, and I do not understand what hangout means.
I'm Noah, I played
Drauger, and I also don't know what hanging out means.
Make sure to tune in for our next episode to find out if our crew figures out what the meaning of hanging out is. In Chapter 2, Come Sail Away. At 100 listeners, we're giving one lucky listener Jordan's debit card information.
I think they will be sorely disappointed about what's on it, but you know, we live, laugh, love.
They're gonna call you and be like, I can't, like, I just try to get gas. I can't buy anything, dude. Like,
And I'll be like, yeah, I know. Welcome to my life.